Hello and welcome to the 2022 Champions Cup, presented by Bushnell. A PDGA Major. We are here at the W.R. Jackson Disc Golf Course in Appling, Georgia.
I'm Jennifer Allen.
And I'm Holly Finley, and we'll be your commentary team for today.
It's been a great week so far. The rain has now stopped for the back nine. This is our FPO Chase Card Round 3 back nine.
And on this card, we will have Valerie Mandujano,
from Team Innova, own Scoggins. From Florida, Chloe Alice, Team OTB.
and from Finland, Henna Blomroos.
Hole 10, par 4 is going to start us off on the back nine, 606 feet. We want to get up out of this first gap, and then it's favorable to be around here to work your way down to the right. So all of these holes, you have to break them up into pieces, and this is just one of those as well.
Henna taking that right gap, and she has a beautiful shot staying on the fairway. Being on the fairway is absolutely the most important here. As soon as you get in the woods, left or right, you pretty much have nothing.
Yeah, sometimes not going for all the distance here around the corner is going to set you up a little bit cleaner. That little stump, the little section of trees in the middle around there is good. If you can make it around the corner, it's kind of a little harder to stay in the middle. So she's getting aggressive. If it holds that line, ooh, and a good kick, that should be okay.
Yeah, that'll be fine. It's also important not to put too much height under the disc. Minimize the risk. As long as that finishes in the fairway, that should be fine.
I think that leaf might have helped a little bit because that was, like you said, had the height, that could have got her a little further off the fairway.
Exactly. Jen said earlier, but keeping it low in the woods, it helps minimize risk. Pro tip, write it down.
So being a par 4, we're going to just try to bite off as much distance as possible.
Oh my gosh, Chloe's up here putting for birdie.
She did very well with that.
What a great sidearm. If you make it to just the right position, you actually have an open tunnel shot. You can see the basket and you can go right for it.
That goes left, but it's not a horrible place. If you can get to that road, that's actually the walkway to the next hole. If you're walking towards the next hole, it's usually a gap. Now, right now, that's a little bit underwater, but that's still going to be pretty open to approach, at least for an easy par. Own has the forehand power to make this turn. Gets a little hung up, but that's going to be okay. Here's your favorite standstill.
Oh, it hits the marker tree. If you've noticed, we do have ribbons on the trees. The pink one indicates approximately 150 feet from the basket. We also have orange and yellow at 300 and 400. And that's the standstill we were originally looking for from Henna, within a couple of feet of the basket as usual.
Mm-hmm. Very consistent.
Whoa, Own hitting the koozie, playing for par.
You know, it's funny. She's such an incredible putter, but her upshot game, sometimes she never has to putt.
Chloe will have a drop in as well.
It's a long bid.
Oh, Mandujano got a little cage touch. I mean, look, a drop-in par on this hole is incredible.
Yeah, they played this hole very well.
Yes, they did.
There's usually a lot more scramble shots than that.
The tee shot isn't easy.
It's not. Like I said, if you're a little less aggressive off the tee, par kind of comes easier. Trying to bite off the distance first usually leads you into trouble. I know personally.
You heard it here, folks.
It only took me 4 rounds to figure that out.
Well, it's better late than never.
That's right. Notes for next time.
I love that 4 pars here, and we're on to the next.
Your rating is one of the most valuable things you get with a membership. It takes your performance in sanctioned events, compares it to the rest of the field, and gives you an empirical number to show how well you played. Rain, shine, wind is all taken into account, leaving only one thing, your play. This gives you accurate numbers to track how well you've been doing and your overall improvement in the game. Get your number today. Visit pdga.com/join.
Here we are on hole 11, par 3, 420 feet. If you have the distance in a turnover, you can ante all the way to the basket and get a birdie putt. If not, what you want to do, number 1, keep it in the short stuff. As soon as you get in those woods, left or right, you're going to be scrambling and hard. It is thick on the fringe. It's best just to keep it short and in the middle and play this hole for par if you don't have big distance.
Ooh, Owen's being all nice. For those of you who don't know, Owen also has a degree as a massage therapist. She's taken time away from that, though, to go on tour. So Henna has the distance. Let's see if she can get the right angle to have this disc finish on the right side.
Oh, it started out great.
Yeah, I was going to say, if that holds, even if it doesn't hold, that should be an easy par.
Oh yeah, she's chopped off so much distance. It's a long jump shot at this point. I like how Owen swung that out to the left so it'll finish right in the middle of the fairway. Very well executed.
It's a slow turn. That's going to be okay.
That will be fine.
She just needs a good upshot.
Yep.
Chloe likes to go big. And that has great angle and carry. So angle is huge. Look at that. Wow. Your angle to get the distance is so important. So if you put too much angle, you're going to cut off short. She had just the right amount to carry the disc underneath the basket.
I absolutely love this upshot from Valerie. Did you see she put the flex on it? Owen working that gator.
That's about as far away as an upshot I've ever seen Owen do.
This is Henna for birdie. And she had the height on it. It's just got a little hung up on the finger or something, but pretty much a drop-in par at this point. And Owen is so fast. I love playing with her.
She's the best.
There's nothing to think about. She already knows what she's going to do before the disc even lands.
Owen's a little jealous, a little love-hate right there. We're always happy to see someone do well, but it's like, oh, you just threw it 420, and I went 3.
And Mandujano cleans up her par, and Chloe Alice with the absolute 418-foot park job taps in a birdie.
Was she the only one today? Oh, 2.
Paige Pierce and Chloe Alice, the only 2 birdies of the day, here on hole 11.
Hole number 12, par 5, 861 feet. We have two ways you can approach this. The first approach is to that stump, and then you can decide left or right. Left is tight, straight shot at the basket, but shorter, and the right side is a little bit longer, little more open. We want to get across this little tiny ditch to that little basket.
Chloe Alice up first. She's keeping it low, so she's not going extremely aggressive off the tee. I think she's more concerned with placement, and that is pretty perfect.
I finally decided to go mid-range on this to keep me in the middle.
So you got smart.
Finally, fourth time.
At the latter half of the week.
3 times.
Unfortunately, Henna does end up in that middle section of trees, so she'll have kind of a pitch out to be in a good position for her second shot.
And I don't even know which is easier. I would say that on the right where Owen is headed is slightly worse. If you get deep onto that right side, she's going to get an okay little roll out from the clearing, but left and right are both, it's difficult.
Owen's kick out was a blessing.
She has a great release.
Valerie taking that right side, swinging the disc left
That's
into
perfect.
the fairway.
Stay right there.
That is so ideal. From there, you can choose if you're going to go the left route or the right route. Owen looks like she's opted for the right route. And that'll be okay. This is a par 5, so you kind of have an extra stroke to work with here.
Which we need on this hole.
And that is not what you're wanting. It just shoots straight across, back into Narnia, and that is just annoying. That's all you can say. And what is important on this hole is positioning. So now she's not only trying to make it out of the woods, you have to be in a good position to be set up for your next shot.
And 2 rollers in a row, that's hard.
And now she's pinched up against the tree, but we've seen her standstill game, so there's still hope to be had here.
All right, Valerie had a great drive, and still, it's having a great drive off the tee is not going to just guarantee you a par, even a birdie. This course requires both your first shot as well as a second, and then maybe you can get something.
Chloe, another blessing for her. She was sending that right into Narnia, and she got kicked back into the fairway.
Oh, I thought that had enough opening for Henna to make up some ground there.
Henna struggling all the way up the fairway, but forward progress is progress.
I think Owen is probably just as equal with a forehand or a backhand. So scramble mode on this course should be okay for Owen. I feel the same way when I played with Sarah. The forehand is very needed out here. As Chloe just shows us, that's going to get her back.
Now we're back in business.
Yep.
We're up here putting.
All right, Henna, let's get it up there.
Let's get it in the circle.
That's
And
when you feel like the universe is against you. You're like, I'm trying so hard. Just get me past that tree.
Like, again? And did you notice Valerie's grip she used for the forehand? A long middle finger with a triangled index finger. I love seeing the different grips.
That's the power. Yeah, that's a forehand
use.
Power grip versus
the two
fingers.
stacked fingers.
The stacked, correct.
So Henna still trying to get to the green.
That's a good view of the stacked. So that was perfect. Thank you.
Beautiful shot shaping from her, and we're up there. We're in business now.
It's Owen's favorite little forehand disc, and that's okay. That's just fine for Owen. Thought I was going to roll there for a second. She got
Basically
lucky.
a drop-in for
Yes.
Owen.
Sometimes those little ones, though, I think she doesn't even think about it, and it'll sneak away occasionally. She could put them in her sleep. Oh, that looks so good.
That was a good bid from Valerie.
That is uncharacteristic of Henna. I've seen a few lately, but she really seemed to be back on her game. Sometimes it's just hard to shake when you have not 1, 2, but 3 hard strokes on bad kicks. It's hard to shake it to finish the hole.
Own skates away with a par. All right, Henna, let's get this in the basket. Oh, this hole is just getting on my nerves. All right, Valerie gonna skate away with her par. All right, this is it. You got it. There it is.
She told me she got this on the hole, and I thought, what happened? That's rough. That haunted her for a little bit.
Yeah, that'll haunt anyone.
And she had such a great round going. One hole out here can take them all away.
That's why you never know what's going to happen at a wooded course. You can't ever give up. Just crazy things happen in a blink of an eye. Here we are, hole 13. It's a par 3, 399 feet. If you have the distance like we saw from Chloe Alice earlier on the 420-foot hole, you can do a nice turnover shot, get into the green for a putt. But if you don't, it's smarter if you just play straight or something that does a nice soft turnover and you land in the fairway. Then you can chip up, take an easy 3, and move on to the next one. It's very easy to try to get greedy here, get around the corner when you know you don't have the distance. Next thing you know, you're in the forest.
Yeah, you can't force the turn here that Chloe just did. Like Holly mentioned, you want to try to go as straight as far as possible and then let it finish right. Do not force this to the right. Owen has a good carry. That's going to fight back. Oh, one little tree. It was ready to come back right. Looks good. That's going to glide.
She
should give her
cut the corner a little early, but it's not all the way in the forest. Let's see if Henna can get one to the green. And that's too early. Is it going to cut through the corner?
But that's an okay kick. That kick allowed her to continue to carry up the fairway.
That was so friendly.
She deserved that.
Especially
needed
from the
that.
hole before.
Yeah, she needed that.
So Owen also showing us that forehand power grip. Chips one into the green. She'll be putting for par.
There's a lot of little trees over there. Sometimes that's okay to fight through.
Yeah, Chloe Alice getting up to the mound, and she'll have a short putt for par too.
Valerie has such great touch on her forehands. That's parked.
Oh my goodness, she's basically touching the pole. And after a couple of tree kicks, Henna for birdie.
Get it. Oh, I wanted her to get that so bad.
Wow. It's got to feel good after the previous hole, and then you walk up and you have a birdie putt here. It's like, okay, I'm good at the game.
We're okay.
No doubt in our mind, Owen cashes that putt and gets herself a par.
This is sometimes can be a difficult putting green because we're right up by the building, the parking lot. There's a lot of traffic area, people walking to hole 1. So having a little tap in to walk away with par is very nice because it's a busy area.
The crowd was so spectacular today. Just the energy from you all was just amazing. I love you, Oregon!
Okay, we've made it to hole 14. This is a par 5, 579 feet. We want to get a straight shot up that finishes left, because approaching this basket from the left side of the fairway is a little bit easier, because this is a hard turn right past this tree to the right to get across this little road into circle 1. That's a little low. Might get her a skip up there on that left side. That might be pinched off just a little short to get the angle she needs.
And that looks like it could be a little too left.
Yeah, that's going to be a difficult spot.
You really want to keep it a little flatter, parallel to the ground.
That looks good. This is what we're wanting.
Oh yeah, she swung it out right. And we're finishing in the fairway. That's perfect. Even when you're more left, sometimes you have a choice on whether you're going to attack the green or lay it up for par.
So like most of these holes, you really can't think about where you want the disc to go. So Hannah's thinking, I want this to go left. That's meaning finish left. Unfortunately, you need to tell your mind, I want this disc to go straight. Let the disc that's stable do the work on finishing left, because otherwise you release it early like that.
Own's roller goes into the woods. And I'm not sure Hannah can get to the green unless you have like an amazing shot, but placement here is key. And that's perfect. Now she'll have an open chip into the green. You can see the basket from there. If Chloe gets the perfect forehand, she might make it all the way there. And that's pretty much a layup. Nothing wrong with that.
Do you feel like this course, the trees kind of play defense for the basket, like they're working together?
There are certainly some days it feels that way. Oh, I like
has a
this.
better angle. Yeah, come on, fight hard. That's a great spot. Right there, circle 2. Own's a good scrambler. She's got her favorite forehand disc. Oh, it hit early, it looked like, but she's finally made the open.
Chloe just trying to make it as close as possible to the basket, and she'll be putting for par. My new favorite thing to watch.
Oh, I'm sure that was fine. I was going to say, if anyone can save par, it's Own. She could throw that in from there. Valerie doesn't really like that one. If you're going to bid, you want to get it up there. If not, laying up sometimes is easier. There's no grass here. These slide. So that, unfortunately, is sometimes what happens when you try to be a little aggressive. There it is.
All right, a bogey save for Mandujano.
And that's unfortunate. She had played the hole well.
Because Own had that roller that went over into the forest, she'll end up with a bogey as well. Chloe skating away with a par. Hannah with her par. And with that, there were only 3 birdies on the day here by 3 of our longest distance throwers, Paige Pierce, Haley King, and yours truly, Jennifer Allen.
Thank you very much. I was able to get all the way up there and just had a great little mako shot up to the basket. I didn't even have a putt, and that's how you want to get a birdie out here.
Here we are, hole 15, par 4, 543 feet. You can go big turnover shot, try to make it over the crest of the hill, or if you're scared of the height, you can throw down and chop into the hill right about here. play the hole for par. Depending on how far your drive is and if you can see the basket, you might want to attack the green. There is a little water trench to the right behind the basket. It's not OB, it's casual, but if you land there, putting can be difficult.
So Chloe has the distance. Let's see. She likes to go aggressive. Sometimes that works. That looks okay angle. It's going to cut out early. That should be okay. So angle release is really important.
Henna sneaks through the middle section of trees over the ditch.
The ground's still pretty wet, so wrong angle. This can roll. Owen is sneaking through. That's going to be good placement. That was a big skip.
Oh, that's a great shot from Owen Scoggins.
That's perfect height and angle. Get over there to an open area. They all kind of drifted over there to the left. That kind of rolled down the hill.
Even though Chloe kicked off of a tree, she still made it a good bit ways forward. So, she'll be looking at the basket with a pitch down for par.
This course, it's unusual like no other, I feel like, because some days these holes seem so easy, and then the next, it almost seems impossible to finish. So just one bad kick can really make these difficult. That looks clean.
Yep, it should finish. Oh, it hit the tree, but that's a long putt. That's own range. I think it could be like 90 feet in, and we're like, own
Circle
range.
3, own range.
Yeah. A nice flex turnover from Valerie. She'll fade towards that trench we mentioned, and unfortunately, I think she'll be in it. And it's not out of bounds. Again, it's just kind of obnoxious to putt from. Weird footing.
Especially
maybe your
with
shoe
the rain.
gets wet.
Yeah, the rain. There's a lot more water in it than there has been.
And Chloe was just looking for a pitch up to get under the basket, but it was a little too hyzery, and it came in at the same angle as the hill, and now she's got a circle's edge putt. Things can get away from you fast out here on these sloped greens.
Yeah, Owen was smarter there with the flatter angle coming down. When you're trying to land a disc, oh, that wasn't Owen. That was Valerie. But you want to land your disc on these slopes at the angle of the ground. We knew she could do it. Finally, a run back.
Run back for Owen Scoggins. We knew it.
Yeah, she loves those downhill putts.
And Owen Scoggins with the 3.
That's huge.
Very cool.
I should have known. That was Henna for the upshot. We know her
It
stance. I was like, who threw?
I was just going to let you go through.
Yeah,
all
no,
the
I
names.
couldn't see
we'll
who
get
was
there
throwing.
eventually.
Yeah.
There's only 4 people
There's only
here.
4. I'll get it. Hang with me. Wow. What a save.
Dang, Chloe Alice. Yeah, she had that long par save putt.
There's Henna. I should have known the putter.
Exactly.
It's not like I haven't played with her a million times.
Exactly. Oh no, that was a dirty dog.
It's like when you get one little bit of bad luck, it just like wildfire, or maybe an avalanche. Like it just doesn't let go sometimes.
Take a breath and walk on to the next one.
All right, we're almost there. Hole 16. This is our shortest hole, par 3, 297. Doesn't mean it's just an easy birdie. We have to get the right angle over here to fade to the right, but not go too long. There's an actual OB creek, one of the few on this course just past the basket. The first little creek is safe. Surprised Owen doesn't do her forehand here.
I think because it finishes towards the OB, it's just dangerous. This is such a demanding tee shot. If you get the angle wrong, you're out of bounds. If you throw too far, you're out of bounds. If you putt too hard and miss the basket, you're out of bounds.
Yeah, sometimes just taking the straight line is an easy pitch up for 3 and move on. That has a good spot. That'll be an easy look for par.
This is one of the greens where you get there and you're like, okay, is it worth the risk? Because behind the basket is sloped and I know you want to hear it again. Out of bounds.
There's not too many out of bounds area on this course. There's enough punishment. That's awesome. There's enough punishment with all the trees. So great shot by Henna.
Get in front of that.
Just keep going right. Get up there. Wow, back to back.
Hey,
on top
she
of each
hit
other.
her. She hit her.
Scoot them all up there.
Get off of me. I was here first.
Great drives.
Own Scoggins for birdie.
She likes to hang in with the rest of them. Yeah,
Hey!
I knew it.
Another run back. Gosh, Own, we just
run back.
we just ran you back.
I always feel like Own hits these huge putts when someone's closer.
Yes.
And she's like, oh no, you're not just going to walk away with the only birdies here.
Own, so fun to watch, so talented. She said, get those out of here. Chloe Alice for birdie.
Now the pressure's on for her. Oh, sometimes I think that's dangerous when you feel that extra pressure, like, oh, everyone else is maybe going to birdie. I'm the only one. It can be dangerous. That sneaks
All
it in
right.
there for the 2.
That's 2 birdies on the card. Let's see if Mandujano can get a third.
There we go.
Count it. 3 birdies here on hole 16.
3 out of 4. That's pretty good.
That's awesome. Hole 16 averaging slightly over par, probably because of that OB.
In case you didn't know.
And please join the Patreon crew for Ace Run Pro. Patreon.com/AceRunPro. Starting at $3 a month. Become an Ace Runner. Here we are, hole 17, y'all. The party's almost over. Par 4, 525 feet, extremely demanding tee shot. Tight tunnel, uphill, nerves are kicking, into the rounds coming here. If you can make it to the top of the hill, you're in the elite level. Otherwise, you'll just land in a good position. Your second shot will get over the hill. Your third shot will approach into the green, and hopefully you'll have a short putt for par. Depending on the positioning of your drive, you can attack the green for birdie.
This is going on the left side. I feel like left side is a little bit more forgivable than the right side.
I'll take the left side over the right side.
You don't even want to know what side I went on today. I pulled out all the stops. Henna's going right up the middle. Please slide to the top.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that.
That was so cruel.
That is just...
She literally put that in the sweet spot for 200 feet left of the basket.
That's how we feel, Henna. Hands on the hip, stare it down.
This course, I'm telling you, defense. That came out early.
Yeah, Valerie, that was pulled a little left, kicked right, and she's on the edge of the fairway, but still, you want to make at least 200 feet off the tee, minimum.
I've said it all week. This feels to me like a par 5.
No.
That's in the middle. That's okay.
It is okay, but...
Except that was just an upshot.
Now, from here, she can get to the top of the hill and in a good position. Par is still doable.
Oh, she turns it hard. She's trying to force that turn up the hill. So for those of you who don't know, there's also a back way on the right side through the forest.
There is.
With huge hyzers. I found it today.
Valerie Mandujano with a beautiful standstill. She's still in the fairway, a little pinched on the right side. It's going to make par difficult.
Oh, she sees the gap. Oh, she wanted it. Kicks on this hole are brutal. That one's going to be okay. She might manage it. This is a mean hole. That had good height. It just doesn't get out to the opening to give her a putt.
So from this position, Owen will be playing for bogey. And Henna going that backhand turnover.
Almost
that looks
to where
beautiful.
her drive would have been.
Yeah. So
That's
she lands
so
in
unfortunate.
a great position. So hopefully she'll be able to scramble a par out of that.
Chloe's kind of sneaking it over there like I was talking about. There's just a few little gaps, but you can bite off the distance if you've missed the fairway on the first one.
Valerie rolling her eyes at that. She pulled it a little right and it turned over a little more than she wanted. She's not really on the green or putting.
She deserves this to be by the basket or in. Wonderfully played.
Well, we've seen that all day.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah,
a few
her
feet
upshot
from the
is
basket
so great.
yet again.
And way to shake off such horrible luck. That goes a little strong for Owen. She's just outside circle 1. She can do it.
All right, Chloe with a forehand chip and
Good
a
little
rock ricochet. She'll have about a 35-footer.
All right, Owen, tap this in. We're almost done here.
Oh,
good.
I wanted to see
Yeah.
another run back
Me
for
too,
Owen
3 in a
Scoggins.
row.
Chloe Alice going aggressive on this downhill green.
This is one of our few death putts.
Ooh, solid comeback. She will walk away with a double.
This is one of those courses too. I mean, there's so many things about this course. You have to hold on and finish. You let up at all. These last 2 holes are difficult.
And Owen, her upshots just got away from her a little bit, and unfortunately she'll be taking a double as well here on hole 17.
Like I said, this plays like a par 5.
Henna with the only par 17 showing a little bit of teeth here for the rest of the card.
That would have been a birdie. She's still angry that she's like, my disc landed on my upshot spot. Bless her heart.
Point it down.
All right, hole 18, par 5. We're not done yet, 590 feet. You can actually just try to throw right up here to the top. Distance is not important. 300 feet left to the basket once you get to that stump. You want to throw the hole slopes down to the right, but you kind of have to release it on a hyzer line to get down there. Past that big tree is your basket.
It's a very important tee shot. It's easy to pull it right, pull it left, and also throw it into the hill right in front of you.
Or go too long. I mean,
I wouldn't know about that, Jennifer Allen.
that's a good spot.
That looks perfect.
I feel like the right side is easier for the second shot.
If you aim at that cameraman and let the disc finish just a little, that usually puts you in prime position. Valerie doing just that. She'll be hanging out next to Henna.
I have disc down every round on this hole.
That looks too left. That could be bad.
Ooh,
Ooh,
little kiss up. Yeah, kicks it right out.
Back in the fairway. Owen gets another lucky kick.
And just staying in the fairway. Again, this is a par 5. Distance is not important. Just keep it in the fairway, work your way up to the basket, and you can even still get a birdie.
I like how low Chloe kept her shot. She's in good position. So this is Owen's second shot. If she gets clean, and that is a common mistake.
Ooh, good kick.
As Jennifer said in the whole description, you have to sort of throw a hyzer on this second shot.
And I like throwing maybe a flippier disc on a hyzer to get that glide, get your distance. It's not that far. It's downhill. So
Same mistake.
We don't need a fast disc. I actually went mid for this today and got an eagle. So it's not a power shot. So I think we see this big huge long hole, and it kind of tricks you.
Another incredible standstill. Henna guts
That's
it.
going to be for an eagle putt.
She's up there putting. I love that, especially after some trouble on that previous hole. See if Valerie can hit the line.
Ooh, timing
That
looked a
needs to
little
get
off.
left.
Yeah, that her footing was off.
Hey, yo, another lucky kick.
The course wants them off now. They played defense all day, the trees. Now they're like, okay, get off my course.
Yeah, all of a sudden they're being our friends. It was friendly at the beginning, not so much in the middle, and we're friends again here at the end.
Owen has a great upshot game. What a wonderful approach.
Yes!
After 18 long, brutal holes, that's a great way to finish it. Little touch shot, a little high. It's going to do groundwork. That's perfect.
All right, Henna for eagle.
Came out a little soft. Sometimes with the tree in front of you, your depth perception is off. That can be hard. Good putt.
Yeah, Chloe Alice with a birdie to finish.
I think they give this one a par 5 just to be nice to us. Like, okay, we'll let you get one birdie.
I was talking to the TD and he said if we were going to make hole 18 a par 5, we want it to be eagleable.
Okay, that's a word too.
It is. Y'all say that 5 times.
Yeah. Owen gets her birdie. I just feel like it's a reward. Like, here's some chocolate cake or something. We deserve it after 18 holes out here. And Valerie gets her birdie. Everyone gets a birdie.
And there was only one eagle on the day, Kristen Tatar, and a lot of birdies here. So this is kind of a soft par 5, but you know what? It's rewarded us all week, and it gives you a good finishing feeling to walk away with a birdie.
Let you exhale after a long day.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Bushnell. And all the volunteers and staff out here at the Champions Cup.
We check into our leaderboard. We have Paige Pierce and Kristen Tatar tied at first. Sarah Hokum now sitting in third. And as you saw today, Owen Scoggins' clean play keeps her in fourth place. We appreciate you guys tuning in to this round 3 back 9 coverage of the FPO Chase Card at the 2022 Champions Cup. We also appreciate all of the Ace Runners, Patreon subscribers, YouTube subscribers, and also go check out Ace Run Pro's social media, Instagram, Facebook. We hope to see you tomorrow for the round 4 coverage. As always, I'm Holly Finley.
And I'm Jennifer Allen.